Have you ever wondered what makes you, you? The answer lies within a molecule known as DNA, or deoxyribonucleic acid. This molecule, found in the nucleus of our cells, is the architect of life, containing the instructions that make each of us unique. It's the master plan, the recipe, the blueprint for everything from your eye color to your height. It's the reason why a rose is a rose, a bird is a bird, and why you are, well, you. So let's delve into the fascinating world of DNA. A DNA molecule may look complex, but it's made up of simple building blocks. The simplicity of DNA lies in its repeating units called nucleotides. A nucleotide is a trio of a sugar, a phosphate, and a base. The base can be one of four types: adenine, A, thymine, T, guanine, G, or cytosine, C. These bases have a special way of pairing up in the DNA molecule. Adenine always pairs with thymine, forming an AT pair, and guanine always pairs with cytosine, forming a GC pair. They're like dance partners that always stick together no matter what. Now picture a ladder. The sugar and phosphate form the sides, and the base pairs the rungs. This ladder is then twisted into a spiral staircase, forming the iconic double helix structure of DNA. This structure allows DNA to store an immense amount of genetic information in a compact space. So, DNA is essentially a complex, twisted ladder of these nucleotides. One of DNA's most remarkable abilities is how it replicates itself. This capability isn't just a fancy party trick, it's absolutely essential for life. Without DNA replication, cells couldn't divide, and life as we know it would come to a grinding halt. Let's delve into the nuts and bolts of this process, which falls into three general stages: initiation, elongation, and termination. Initiation is the starting point, where a DNA strand unzips like a zipper on a jacket, revealing two single strands. Imagine each strand as a template, a blueprint if you will, ready to guide the creation of a new identical strand. Then we move on to elongation. This is where the magic really happens. Enzymes called DNA polymerases scan along each template strand, reading the nucleotides and adding complementary ones to form a new strand. Adenine pairs with thymine, cytosine with guanine. It's like the world's tiniest construction project, building new DNA one block at a time. Finally, we reach termination. The replication machinery disassembles. Two identical DNA molecules stand in place of the original, each composed of one old and one new strand. This replication process is crucial for life as it allows cells to divide and grow. Whether you're a human, a humpback whale, or a humble houseplant, your cells are constantly replicating their DNA. It's just another day in the life of the amazing molecule that is DNA. DNA is more than just a molecule, it's a coded message. Imagine DNA as a language where each word or codon is made up of three letters. These letters are our bases: adenine, thymine, cytosine, and guanine. Each unique combination of three bases forms a specific codon, which instructs the cell to add a particular amino acid to a growing protein chain during the process of protein synthesis. Now here's the interesting part. With four bases and three-letter codons, we have 64 different codons, but only 20 amino acids to code for. This means our genetic code has redundancy. Multiple codons can code for the same amino acid. It's like having several synonyms for a single word in a language. This redundancy, or degeneracy, of the genetic code provides a buffer against mutations, ensuring that life can carry on even if a letter or two gets switched around. In essence, DNA is a complex instruction manual for building an organism. DNA is not perfect. Sometimes mistakes or mutations happen. Imagine DNA as a long sentence made of four letters: A, T, C, and G. Sometimes these letters get jumbled, deleted, or extra ones get inserted. These are what we call mutations. There are three primary types: point mutations, where one letter changes to another; insertions, where extra letters are added; and deletions, where some letters are removed. Now, mutations can have different impacts on an organism. Sometimes they can be harmful, causing diseases like cancer or cystic fibrosis. Other times they might not have any noticeable effect at all. But here's the fascinating part. Occasionally these mutations can be beneficial, giving the organism an advantage in survival or reproduction. So while DNA does its best to copy itself accurately, these little mistakes can sometimes lead to big changes. While some mutations can be harmful, others can lead to beneficial adaptations. Humans have harnessed the power of DNA in remarkable ways. Techniques like polymerase chain reaction, or PCR, allow us to amplify tiny samples of DNA, making it easier to study. Then there's DNA sequencing, which deciphers the precise order of nucleotides within a DNA molecule. It's like reading the most intricate book ever written. One of the most transformative applications of DNA technology is genetic engineering. This is where we can modify an organism's DNA to achieve desired traits. You might be familiar with genetically modified crops, but did you know that we also use this technology to produce insulin, a lifesaver for millions of diabetics worldwide? And let's not forget about DNA's role in forensic science. By analyzing DNA left at a crime scene, investigators can pinpoint a suspect with astonishing accuracy. By understanding and manipulating DNA, we can solve crimes, cure diseases, and even create genetically modified organisms. Truly, the possibilities are as vast as the double helix itself. DNA also plays a significant role in the grand scheme of life on Earth. It's at the very heart of evolution, shaping the diverse forms of life we see around us. You see, DNA carries the genetic variation that fuels natural selection. It's these differences in our genes that can make one individual more suited to its environment than another. Over generations, these advantageous traits become more common, driving evolutionary change. But it's not just about survival. Genetic variation also spurs innovation. It's the raw material for evolution's grand experiments, leading to the dazzling array of species we see today. From the tiniest bacteria to the largest whale, every organism is a testament to the power of DNA and evolution. So DNA is not just the blueprint of life, but also the driving force behind life's diversity and change. It's a reminder of our shared heritage, our connection to every living thing on this planet.